Closer to home, we have two plants being impacted by the strike. The Clay Como Ford plant has about 7,200 employees. Meanwhile, the Fairfax GM plant has about 2,000 workers. As we mentioned earlier, that location could be forced to stop operations as early as next week. Now, the three targeted strikes are a new strategy, and there is a possibility that it could expand.
KSHB 41 News reporter Caroline Hogan spoke with the UAW leader overseeing the Fairfax plant to find out how they plan to help their workers through uncertain times.
You never know how long these things last.
The UAW Local 31 with Fairfax General Motors is not one of the plants at the moment that's walked off the job.
So a lot of this stuff just starting to trickle in.
But they're preparing for if that time comes, stocking up the food pantry for its members.
2019, we had a pretty substantial food pantry. We had so much outpouring from the community.
That time may be sooner than anticipated. In a statement, General Motors said it expects Kansas City's GM plant to be idled as soon as early next week, citing supply shortages from Wentzville, Missouri, where workers are on strike. In this time of uncertainty, Local 31 President Dante Wilson is holding strong.
Our job here locally is to be ready if our number gets called.
The UAW has a pretty big strike fund, but to take all 150,000 members out on strike at once would bankrupt the fund very quickly.
Judy Ansel was the director of labor studies at UMKC for 29 years. She's never seen a strategy like this. But from what we've seen so far, she imagines it's to confuse the big three.
They're not going to know who's going to strike next. And so it's going to discombobulate all their planning and their parts orders and the orders with the dealers and so on and so forth.
Again, Local 31 doesn't know what their next few weeks look like, let alone their next few hours. But there's no question, they're ready and willing.
Standing up for what you believe in, and standing up for a fair, equitable contract, and standing up to get benefits, however that looks, right? That's not the hard part. That's the part that you have to do.
Caroline Hogan, KSHB 41 News.